into it. This morning, I want to speak about helping others. And so we're going to get into about 4 scripture. Saint 1 John 3, verse 17 and 18. It says, "But whoso hath his world's good, and seeth his brother have need, and shutteth up his bowels of compassion from him, how dwelleth the love of God in him?" It says, "My little children, let us not love in word, neither in tongue, but in deed and in truth." You know, people always say God help those who help themselves. But there's nowhere in the Bible that God tells us that if we help ourselves, He's going to come true for us. He's going to help us. But as this scripture just points out to you, that the Lord will come true for you if you help your brother and sister. And we're just going to jump over to my next scripture after I light my scriptures so I could get to them fast. Galatians 6, verse 2. It says, "Bear ye one another burdens, and so fulfill the law of Christ." Isn't that good? Isn't that good? That we need to bear one another burdens to fulfill the law of Christ. So it means that we don't see each other in distress. We don't see each other struggling and just bypass each other. My next scripture comes from Luke 11, verse 41. Verse 41, it says, "But rather give alms of such things as ye have, and behold, all things are clean unto you." I don't know about you, but when I think of the goodness of God and what He has done for me, I know that I serve a big, wonderful God. And the next scripture comes from Matthew 25, verse 40. Verse 40. It says, "And the king shall answer and say unto them, Verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren, ye have done it unto me." So this scripture is basically telling us that if you look out for the least among you, the brethren that is suffering, the person who is on their knees in front of you, and give unto them, then you are doing it unto the Lord. The Lord will see you. I don't know if you know about Esther in the Bible, but in the Bible, Esther was willing to risk everything to save her people. She go to the king, even though it was against the law. Esther went to the king, even though this could have caused her to perish, even though this would have taken the statue, the power that she had. But she had a made up mind that I am going to help my people. I am going to go in front of the king, the high priest, and I am going to speak out for my people. And that is how we need to live our life. There are scriptures in the Bible that tells you that, justice, you have to speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves. We have to love each other. We have to look out for each other. Don't let anybody tell you that you have to, God help those who help themselves. No, it doesn't work like that. The Lord looks out for those who look out for others. So this morning, I just want to encourage you. If there's someone among you, if there's someone you know who needs your help and you are able to help, do not withhold it from that person, because at the day of judgment, the Lord will use it against you. He will say, "Depart from me, I know you not. You have not helped any of my children." And so there are times in our life when, you have something and you feel like, hey, I have my last, I can't give it away. But sometimes that is a test to see how you would react. That is just a test to see how you would react. If you would take up your last and give it to somebody who you think is more in need than you. Remember the lady when the man came to her Forgive me, I don't remember the name right at this moment. But when the man came to her, all she had was enough flour in her pan and enough oil to bake her and her son the last meal. And when he came to her, she said, "This is all I have." And the man said to her, "Bake that flour for me. Let me eat it." I think it was faith. I believe it was faith. If she didn't had faith and said, "You know what? Let me be obedient and do what he's asking of me." But after doing that, her basket was full. She had enough food to last her when she was just there thinking, "I am going to eat this and die." So that is how we need to look at it sometimes. Sometimes we need to say, "God, I don't know why you send this person to me today. But Lord, you know that this is all I have. And I am going to stretch it forth. I'm going to give it onto this person. And I'm leaving everything in your capable hands, because we serve a God who is able to do the impossible. We serve a God who sits high and looks low. And when he says he will fulfill our heart desire, he's not going to lie. He's not going to say that I am going to provide for you and you're there waiting for his provision and he don't provide. So I'm telling you this morning, I don't know if it's morning for you or it's night, but I'm telling you, whatever hour of the day you're listening to this message, I am saying to you, help somebody. Stretch your hands towards somebody. If all you have to give is a word of prayer, go down on your knees and reach out to God for this person. Reach out to God for this person. Do what you are told to do. Do not be disobedient. Do not be disobedient. Remember, God promised Moses to take him to the promised land. And why didn't Moses reach the promised land? He was disobedient to God. So if God promised you something and you are disobedient in fulfilling that promise, then you know what is going to happen. Be obedient to the word of the Lord this day. I'm telling you. The songwriter said, "I know my God did not take me this far to leave me." I believe that. He did not take us this far to leave us. So remember, God helps those who help others. Tell yourself that. Believe that. Read the word. It is in there. Go back to the scripture. 1 John 3 verse 17 to 18. St. Matthew 25 verse 40. St. Luke 11 verse 41. Galatians 6 verse 2. Read the scriptures. And there are many more scriptures in the Bible that tells you. But I only choose a few this morning. So continue to trust in God. Continue to live for God. And continue to help others.